Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about Disclosure Group. This is available in SwiftUI for iOS 14. Disclosure Group is very similar to the accordion controls that you see on different websites. There is an arrow, you press on the arrow and some other details are displayed, and then you press on the arrow again and everything kind of like collapses. So expanding and collapsing. That's basically it for the Disclosure Group. So let's go ahead and create our first disclosure group. In order to create a disclosure group, I will need to go ahead and use disclosure group, which is simply disclosure group. Now you can use it inside the form or outside the form. This is completely up to you. I'm just going to create a form, and now I can go ahead and use disclosure group. Keep in mind that you can use disclosure group without the form also. Now there are many different overload functions for disclosure group. I'm going to use the one which allows me to pass in a bindable property for is expanded, also for content and a label. Is expanded simply means that if the disclosure group is expanded, meaning it's already expanded so people can see what's inside the disclosure. So you can see that right now if I leave it like this, on the right hand side you can see that I can see the label. I can see the content, which is simply a label again or a text again, and a constant true for binding or for is expanded, which is making it to show. If I change this constant to false, then you will see that the disclosure group, the content is hidden and the arrow appears. I can click on the arrow and I can go ahead and see this. So if I click on the arrow, well, right now I can't see it. Do you know why? Well, because this is not changing, it's always false. So there's no way for us to expand this. Now, in this disclosure group, what I want to do is I want to showcase a list of all the animals. So the first thing I need is some sort of an array of animals. So let's go ahead and create an array of animals. There we go. And I also want a property that will dictate whether this is expanded or not. And since you can only pass in over here the bindable property, I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new state property which will be animals expanded. Now I can simply go ahead and pass the bindable expression, which in this case is animal expanded. For the label, meaning I don't want to say label over here, I most probably want to say animals or something, so I can go ahead and say animals. After that, we can go ahead and change the content. The content is the actual thing that will be displayed once you expand the disclosure group. So I'm going to go ahead and say for each animals, and for the ID of the animals, self. And I can go ahead and say text animal, and if I want to change the size of the animal, I can use the font from the system with a specific size. So I can go ahead and say 50, or you can even say 75 if you want to. And let's go ahead and make sure that we are capturing the animal in, which is simply a string, by the way. And there we go, we got all the animals getting displayed. Now you may want to display the animals like that, or you may want to display the animals in a horizontal stack. That is completely up to you. So I can go ahead and also wrap this inside a horizontal stack, and we can work in a different way. So if I go ahead and wrap this in a horizontal stack, then I can see the animals are in horizontal. So this is our animals getting displayed. Let's go ahead and run this. And initially, since we have set the value right over here to be true for animal expanded, that's the reason that we can actually see it in an expanded state. If I go ahead and click on this button, you can see it actually hides it. This is doing a weird kind of animation. I'm not sure if this is a bug or something I'm doing wrong, but I know it's kind of like a weird animation going on. But you can definitely see that I can click on it and I can see all of those things, and I can hide it also. So that exactly is a disclosure group. Now if I want, I can go ahead and add another disclosure group. So right inside the form, right over here. I can go ahead and say another disclosure group. Now this disclosure group will be similar to the one that we created, but it will not be working on the animals, it will be working on fruits. So for that, I will need to get an array of fruits. So let's go ahead and create an array of fruits. And I will need to get a property that will specify that if the fruits are expanded or not. So just like animals expanded, I will add fruits expanded, but the initial value or the default value will be false because I don't want to see the fruits when the actual view loads. Let's go ahead and change expanded to fruits expanded. For the label, which appears on the screen, I'm just going to say fruits over here. Let's resume this. Fruits, great. And for the content, so this is the actual content that will be displayed, and this is completely up to you, whatever you want to display. I'm just going to go ahead and display fruits and ID, self, because it is hashable, it's a string value, we will get access to the fruit in, and then we can simply display the fruit. So fruit, which is simply a string. Let's go ahead and save it, and let's go ahead and run it and see. So by default, animals are expanded, and if I click on the fruits, I can see the fruits also expanding. So this is the disclosure group in SwiftUI for iOS 14. If you like this video and want to support my channel, then the best way would be to check out my courses on Udemy. And I'm really proud to announce a brand new course on server-side Swift using Vapor. Yes, you can use the beautiful Swift language on the server to create web pages, to create APIs, and you can do that all using Vapor. Vapor is a framework that allows your Swift language to run on the server. And in this course, you're going to learn how to get started with Vapor. You will learn about routing. You will even learn about how to integrate Vapor with PostgreSQL relational database. And then in the end, you will go ahead and create a movies app which will be completely in SwiftUI, and it will be integrating it with the Vapor framework. In other words, your client side will be in Swift language because you're using SwiftUI, but your server side will also be in Swift language because you're using Vapor, which can be used to create web APIs, JSON APIs. You can use it to create server-side pages using Leaf templates, and so much more. Now this is an amazing course on server-side Swift using Vapor, and if you are interested in taking your Swift skills to the cloud, this is the course for you. Now again, the best way to get the course is to check out the link in the description. Click on the link and you can get the course for the discounted price. Thank you so much, and by the way, if you use the coupon code launch day by Friday, then you can get the course for the best price also. All right, so launch day is the coupon for this particular course, and it will run out on Friday, so make sure that you use this. All right, thank you so much, and I really hope that you enjoy the course.